How to get stuff done using SMART goals. This is a professional and a personal topic. If you are tired of setting goals that either don't get done or don't seem to stick, this video is for you. I am going to break down what a SMART goal is and how you can use it to give yourself a happier, more productive, and lower stress life. If that sounds good, stick around. First, check and see if you're a subscriber, and if not, click the subscribe button and I'll be right back.
GILD Coaching. More success, less stress.
Okay, we're gonna get some stuff done today and we're gonna do it using SMART goals. So first I'm gonna talk to you about what SMART goals are. SMART, S-M-A-R-T, stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. SMART of SMART goals, it's a framework designed to make your goals super clear and very attainable. So we're gonna go through each part of this so that you can start applying it right away. All right, so number one, specific, the first letter S, it stands for specific. Your goal should be crystal clear and very specific. Instead of saying, I want to get in shape, say, I want to run a 5K 4 months from now. So that specific goal is going to get you up off the couch and get you moving. You're going to get in shape, but you have that one specific target. It is specific, it is measurable, it's attainable, it is relevant, and it is time bound. All right, so that makes it SMART, okay? To make your goal specific, ask yourself who, what, where, and when. So if your goal is to learn a new language, it's what I'm doing right now. I'm studying French. Specify which language, French, how you'll learn it. I'm using an app to learn it, and some school textbooks that children use to learn language from. And then what level you aim to achieve. My level that I'm aiming to achieve is just conversational ability so that I could vacation in an area where French is the primary language and be able to converse with the people there. All right, so that is S, okay, specific. The next letter is M, and M is for measurable. You need to be able to track your progress. So the 5K example that I just gave you, how are you going to know if you're getting closer to your goal? Well, if you're training for that 5K, you can measure your distance, you can measure your time each week, and that way you can see if you're improving. Setting milestones is a great way to make your goal measurable. So for my language goal, the app that I'm using actually sets milestones for me. And so I know if I am growing at a way because it says you've reached this level or you've reached that level. Another way that I just personally am making my language learning measurable is by seeing how fast I can answer certain timed challenges, and if I can do more difficult time challenges within the allotted time. At first, I can't. And then as I learn those specific nuances of the language, all of a sudden, I can do it. And then I can do it with 10 seconds to spare, and then I can do it with 15 seconds to spare. And so that's a really great way for me to measure just for my own goals. The third letter is A. This is for achievable. Your goal should be realistic given your resources and given your time. So the 5K goal, I'm just going to keep going back to this fitness and language because it seems to be working. All right, so with the 5K goal, if you set a goal to run a marathon in a month, that's not going to be attainable. You need at least 6 months, I believe, for somebody who doesn't have any physical ailments. So starting with a 5K would be attainable and you can gradually build up. Now I said run a 5K in 4 months. That's completely attainable. Actually, if you started training now, you could probably run a 5K in 2 to 3 months without even batting an eye. So start with something smaller and then gradually build up. And you can start with something small that's in the general area. Right now, if I go to France, I probably wouldn't be able to say very much to anyone who lives there. So my achievable goal is that within 2 years' time, I can have a reasonable amount of conversation with someone who speaks French. I can get a hotel room, I can order a meal, I can say thank you, I can ask for directions, I can express my basic needs. And so that is my achievable goal for 2 years. That's plenty of time to get to that level of fluency and comfort. So if your goal is too far out of reach, you might end up feeling discouraged. So start small and work your way up. Right now, all I want to do is be able to point out specific things in my day-to-day life that I'm doing or that exist, and I'll say, oh, look, I just said that in French. So for example, if I'm serving my husband dinner, I will say something to him about his dinner in French, and then I'll translate it for him, and I'll say, hey, I just said that, so that I'm watching myself grow and watching my vocabulary expand as well. Moving on, our fourth letter is R. R is relevant. Your goal should matter to you, and it should align with other objectives. So if you are aiming to run that 5K, you're doing it because your overarching desire is to be more fit. So your goal should be relevant to developing skills or completing projects that are going to help get you there overall. So for my language goal, I've wanted to speak French since I was a little kid. I took the language classes in primary school and just kind of lost it and love that language. I like French culture and I would love to travel there. And so I've been told that the French people really appreciate it when you take a little bit of effort and learn at least enough of their language to be able to get around. And so that is the travel experience that I want. So that is how that is a relevant thing for me to learn and a relevant goal for me. So to ensure relevance, you can ask yourself, how does this goal or this thing fit into my overall life plan? Is it going to help me achieve other goals that I have? Is it going to check a box of something that I wanted since I was a little kid, like mine? All right, and the last one is T, and instead of timeout, which is what that means in sports, it's time bound. Set deadlines for your goal. Without a time frame, it is really, really easy to put things off and say, if you say, I want to read 12 books this year, that gives you a clear deadline. I want to get fit, so I'm going to pick a specific goal of running a 5K in 4 months. Okay, great. That means instead of sitting on the couch today, I might start with a 1 mile walk. And then tomorrow, maybe I'll go 1.2 miles. And the next day, maybe I'll jog the first quarter mile. And so it lets you work up to it. If you say, I want to read 12 books this year, it gives you a clear deadline, 1 book a month. So after the first week of January, you can look and say, am I a quarter of a way through this book? No, I either better speed it up or I better adjust my goal. Having a deadline creates a sense of urgency for you. It also creates some self-accountability, and it helps you stay on track. So break down bigger goals into smaller tasks with their own benchmark deadlines to keep yourself on track. And that is how you use SMART goals to get stuff done. If this video was of any help to you, give me a thumbs up. And if you didn't already, subscribe and hit the bell so you learn the next time I drop a video just like this to help you live a more successful, lower stress life. See you soon.